Summer's here and the Yamaha xjr1200 is gonna get some attention. Right, this has been standing all over the winter in the garage and it's got real stinky petrol. It's been in there probably a good over a year but hasn't been moved. There hasn't been much condensation, so I can't see how it's gone off that quick, but it has anyway. But it's in desperate need of a good bit of maintenance. So what I intend to do is take the tank off, empty it out. What's little bit left in there is like horrible varnishy petrol. Wash it out and put some fresh petrol in there, and just check the filter, inline filter, and then put some fresh clean petrol in there. And I'm going to try and start it up like a cold start video. I did try, I put a new battery on there. I'll show you, got a nice battery. And oh, get your finger out of the way. Right, there's the battery, and the battery's good. I did crank it a few times, but it wouldn't have none of it. It tried popping and banging. But what I'm going to do anyway is to say, tip the petrol out the tank, put fresh petrol in there, and I'm going to come back with them and we'll film it starting up once I've done that. But what I hope to do is do a few series of videos over the next sort of week, and I'm going to take the carbs off, clean the carbs out, balance the carbs and sync them, and also I'm going to have a go at adjusting the timing chain and check the tappets as well. So I'll come back to you in a minute. I'll just empty this fuel tank out and put fresh in there, and then I'll come back to you when we start it up. Just try on reserving it because I didn't put much fuel in there, so it might need to go and reserve. Right, we've got an XJR1200, and we've got a problem with the fuel tap. So I bought an aftermarket one off eBay, and it was about £20 if I remember rightly. There's some bad press on them sometimes, saying that the rubbers are no good, they don't seal, but I'm going to see how we fare with it. So this is a seal, comes with the diaphragm, and this little spring and the smiley face as they call it, goes in the tank, tap or petcock, and there's like O-rings as well, and that card I presume just keeps it in place, which it don't stay there. So I'm going to lay this stuff on this plastic here, and I'm going to start off. I'll do that one last actually, the one that goes in the fuel tank, so that'll go on there. Mine's a bit flat, but what it was doing, because it was standing up a long time, it was just, I'm going to take the carbs off as well, but what was happening was it was just flooding out. I believe the diaphragm's split in the back, and its fuel was just bypassing it, and even with it on obviously it works on the vacuum, but it was just pouring out. So maybe we'll take this off and do this one first. I'll get the right size Phillips for it. That's alright, it can be done quite easy. It's quite nice. Nice and clean. Spring in there. Perhaps we would change it. We've got a new one. Could actually be a bit of grit or something that's gone in there why it's not closing. We'll have a look anyway. It doesn't want to let go, that's for sure. That other bit has to come off. Oh, it's like a sandwich. It's quite clean in there as well, which you'd expect. No fuel running through it all the time. Right, okay. So, presume that pushes through. Like so. Right, if I lay that face down, then I know it goes back on top like that. I'll get this one ready, get this bit of cardboard off here. Obviously the O-ring. Tell what I'll do, I'm going to get a bit of petroleum jelly, a bit of Vaseline. And that will aid then with the assembly. Don't like dry rubber. Right, so I'll put a little bit around this O-ring, just so I don't drag it and pull it out. And then what we'll do is, actually, I'll put a little bit of smear around that. So it's not going to hurt, it'll make it seal, and also it won't drag or catch anything because we've got to pull it through that hole. So right, so that goes through there then. I'm sure there's an easy way of doing this, but it's the first time I've done one, so maybe I'll put it through from the back and slowly feed it through. Again, with this Vaseline on there, it'll just help, it won't snag up and it won't tear. Yeah, definitely helps it come through. That's it. You've got little allocation nipples that the diaphragm pops over. Just locates it for the holes. So it's gone in, and say the Vaseline will help keep it in situ anyway. Right, okay, so that's it. So yeah, it could have even been the little O-ring worn on there. Can't see any splits or anything in the diaphragm, though it could be worn. Yeah, it could just be something simple as the O-ring on the end there. So it looks nice and clean. If we insert that in the hole, and it's in the right position, obviously that's self-explanatory. And then a little bit of grease in that spring, and that will also keep it in situ. There's a diaphragm holder actually, see that through there, so just make sure that's clean. sweat's dripping off me. Right, let's get my screws back in. Let's get all the screws in first, just to make sure there's no rubber gasket hanging over the holes, but as I say, it's pretty good with them allocating pins, and that keeps the rubber in. So the screws go back in, not too tight. That's that. Let's go around to the front. And we'll do the smiley face one. Right, you've got two little, it's like spring washers there. So don't lose them. I'll tell you what I will do. Take them off, and I'll give that a bit of a clean round. Same there, a bit scuzzy one there. He's got a bit of car cleaning lying around, but for some reason I don't know where it is. But there's a bit of old petrol. These two little like thrush washers. Wipe. Actually, I think they're plastic. This one's metal, I think. Dig this out with. Actually, this looks. Yeah, this actually is falling apart. So I reckon this was the problem. Because, yeah, if you look in there, so obviously you've got prime, PRI, which is on there. Which obviously, if you want to fill the carbs without the engine running, so obviously you need a vacuum to open the fuel tap up. Then you've got like a prime on there, and that would just let fuel straight through. So this is just falling apart. So obviously that would the prime bit of the fuel tap would let the fuel straight in, but it's probably bypassing the yeah, that one there is the on one. You can see the part, the diaphragm and the spring, and I'm pushing it there, so that's just like a stopcock and a float bowl. So just want to get all this remnants of this old rubber smiley face out of here, and I would say that was definitely the problem. Not the diaphragm, just the actual gasket on the petcock, or stopcock, whatever you want to call it. So it was just going through there, and obviously where it was on prime, it was bypassing it. That's why the horrible stale smell of petrol in the garage. Again, put a bit of Vaseline in there. Petroleum jelly, so it just dissolve in there anyway. So I don't think there's a right and wrong way. Unless both looks the same. And it goes. And again, if you put Vaseline on the rubber, it just helps it slide round. There's two happy faces. One on there and me. Let's give this a wipe. Oh, there's an O-ring on there. That's the other O-ring. Oh, that is well stretched. So that can go there. It's funny actually, it's not like an O-ring, it's like a square ring. It's actually square edged rather than round. You have to make sure you don't get this twisted. It's gone in there nice. Again, put a bit of Vaseline on there. Just make sure it slides in so it doesn't catch on the edge. And also a lubricator so it turns around and spins nicely. Right, so try and get one end in. And if you can, use your nails if need be to hold it in, but that's got in there. Quite nice. Yeah. Right. That's gone in there nice. Right, now I can't remember whether it was, I would say it was the metal, against the metal, and then plastic in. It will hold it in place. Tell you what, all in all, this gasket set feels pretty good. If you want, I can put a link in the description where I got it from, but as I say, a lot of them are really expensive, but this is obviously a aftermarket one, and some people like slate them off saying that they don't fit properly or they leak, but I'll be surprised if this leaks actually. It's gone together quite nice and it all seems good. There's good. diaphragm, I honestly believe it was, well, it's definitely leaking past the old crumbly smiley face. And that's what we have left. So, there we go. That's it for now. That's how to refurbish a fuel tap on, this is an xjr1200 Yamaha, but I'm sure quite a, well, 1300 is the same, but I'm sure quite a lot of motorbikes are the same principle as well. Okay, right, I'll get back to you because I'm going to get this on, and then next one will be take the carbs apart. Right, just found this, but there's where I got it from. It's from the Hayden Island Motorcycle Spares, and it's got the postcode on it. I actually got it off eBay, but you could probably put Hayden Island Motorcycle Spares in eBay, or you can contact them directly or Google it, and they'll send you the kit. But yeah, as you see for yourself, I think it's a really nice kit. Like, you know, as I say, it was an aftermarket one, but I can't complain. I'll let you know if it leaks and that, but I'm sure it won't. Okay, catch you later. Right, okay. Got a bit of time before it's dark, but I'm going to change the plugs over. Bought 10 plugs off eBay, and I think I paid something like 18 quid or 20 quid for them, but it works a lot cheaper buying 10 than it did buying 4. Well, not buying 4, but like buying 6, so you've always got some spare. So if you're buying singly, then you're going to pay probably about £3 each, something like that, £2.80, £3.80 each. So it works a lot cheaper buying them in the 10s. So I'll change the plugs over quickly. Don't know when the last time these were changed, but you can see they're a bit sooted up. TPR 8EA. TPR 8EA. So 9. Okie dokie. So visually check that they're the right plug. I did look it up, but that's what it said. So that gap looks quite big on that actually. But as I say, visually it's right. You don't want to say put a wrong size plug in there just in case and end up putting a hole in the piston or bending the electrodes. So that's gone in there. So you don't over tighten these. There's plenty of thread on there, but it's still screwing into alley, so don't go crazy with that. Bit black. Looks pretty much the same. After this bike was laid up for quite a few months all over winter, as I say, it was stinking petrol, like stale petrol. It was obviously leaking out past the petcock, and then it was flooding the carbs. Whether I've got a sticky float bowl, a stop needle valve in there, I don't know, or whether it would just naturally flood anyway, I don't know, but it wouldn't run. And when I did get a new battery for it, because the battery's actually lacquered, I did get a new battery for it and put fresh fuel in there, and it still wouldn't have none of it. So it was flooding out everywhere at the carbs, so that could have been not too bad a problem for it, don't know. But now what I'm going to do is say put the plugs in, it's going to take a few minutes, and then I'll take the carbs off next time, and I'll strip the carbs off, because say it hasn't been, I've had it for about 2.5, 3 years maybe, the bike, and it's been sat for probably 6 months at a time, not running. So you know, the carbs probably haven't been touched since new or for a long time, so I think I'll just take them all off, clean them all out, blow them all out, and then I can resync the carbs and reset them, because when it was running real rough and lumpy. Could have been a plug, but it was more like the carburation side of things, so it'd be nice to get it smooth and running nice, because the bikes really do run nice and smooth and they're a pleasure to ride. But say this one was a bit of a dog. It's got a power pipe on there, like 4-into-1, and that could be an issue as well with like the jetting or lack of jetting, I don't know. But I'm rambling now, aren't I? Yeah, so at least if I get the carbs off, check them out, check the settings, make sure the mixture screws are the same, and I can check the synchronisation, because that does play a big part. If you've got one that's out, it's not going to run right, one of the cylinders is going to be popping and banging. So that's real sooty, that one is. So that is running rich. So yeah, at least I can check it all out, check the air filter, clean the air filter, replace it if necessary, but just clean all the carbs out, and at least I know where I am then with it, and then I can fire it up and start tuning it and say syncing the carbs and get this running nice. If I have to go up in the jets, I will do. If not, then I'll just get it running nice and just get the carbs balanced nicely. And also what I want to do, there's reading up on it and other YouTube videos, apparently these carbs are restricted a little bit on the rubber diaphragms, not diaphragms, the rubber boots that go into the inlet from cylinder head. They're restricted on the 1200s, so I've got a nice little Dremel tool. I'm going to have a go at actually grinding it out. So quite expensive to get the, I think the xjr1200 boots, I think they are, and they're slightly bigger diameter. So what I'll do is I'll take these off and I'll have a go at grinding them out and see if I can get them full size. So that'd be another interesting thing. Right, that's it. All 4 plugs changed, all 4 HT cuts back on. So next time I'm out, I'll take the carbs off, take the side panels off, take the carbs off, strip the carbs down, so hopefully take the boots off and try and grind them out and just see where we are with the carbs. I might even have a polish on them as well while they're off. So thank you for joining me.